You ever seen a meltdown so dramatic it makes the Kardashians look like they meditate for peace? Because this right here, T.I. snapping on King Harris after his baby mama cleaned him out is the kind of chaos that makes reality TV producers weep with jealousy. We're talking money gone, pride shattered, and a father-son explosion hotter than Atlanta asphalt in July. Let's be clear, King Harris didn't just lose a bag. He lost everything. His baby mama allegedly took it all. Cash, clothes, car, and confidence left him looking like he just got evicted from his own spotlight. And when T.I. found out, the man who once rapped, "You can have whatever you like," turned into, "You better get everything back before I lose my mind." It's the kind of scandal that proves fame doesn't come with emotional insurance. One minute you're flexing chains on Instagram, the next you're watching your baby mama drive off in your car, blasting your unreleased song out the window. And just when you think it couldn't get messy, T.I. enters the chat, ready to restore order like a street philosopher with a temper. Witnesses say the conversation between father and son went from "we need to talk" to "I raised a fool in 30 seconds flat." Now the internet's eating this up like Thanksgiving leftovers. Fans are divided, the memes are ruthless. And King's reputation is hanging on by a Gucci thread. So buckle up. Because this isn't just gossip, it's a full-blown generational war wrapped in fame, failure, and frustration. This is the story of how T.I. snapped. King Harris, let's roll it back before the fireworks, before the screaming, the lives, the memes, and the Harris family civil war. Because this all started quietly. No headlines, no drama, just King Harris living like Atlanta's crown prince. Born into rap royalty, reality TV fame, and generational money, he had every privilege a kid could dream of. But somewhere along the line, King stopped wanting to inherit the crown. He wanted to earn one of his own. The problem? He went about it like a rapper in a midlife crisis. Fast cars, flashy posts, wild interviews, and chaos as a personality trait. King wasn't trying to be the next T.I., he was trying to be the anti-T.I. loud, defiant, and unpredictable. And while that made him viral, it also made him a walking target at first. It was entertaining, fans calling him young savage energy, blogs posting his clips for clout. But when his baby mama entered the chat, everything shifted from comedy to catastrophe. She wasn't just a side character in his story, she became the plot twist at the start. They were Atlanta's young Bonnie and Clyde, matching outfits, shared lives, inside jokes, captions like "ride or die," the usual illusion of love built for views. But behind the filters, insiders said the relationship was built on quicksand. There were arguments about money, loyalty, and who was really keeping it real. It was cute until at WA single quotes T. Then came the tension. The rumors, the jealousy posts. Screenshots started floating around showing King texting, "I'm done," followed by her posting cryptic quotes like, "Never let a clown waste your crown." And the internet, being the nosy neighborhood it is, started watching. Slowly, the relationship that once looked like modern young love turned into a live-action soap opera. Fans noticed King started appearing solo. The baby mama stopped posting him, and those couple matching chains? Gone. Then came the post. Oh, that post. A single photo hit Instagram, King's belongings boxed up, captioned with one cold sentence, "New beginnings. He can start fresh too." It was simple, but it was nuclear. Within minutes, the comments exploded. She kicked him out? Where's T? Ain't no way he let her do him like that. Memes flooded the timeline faster than Wi-Fi in a group chat. One meme showed T.I. looking at King with the caption, "Son, this ain't how the hustle gang does business." For a while, King stayed quiet, which only made things worse. People were speculating. Did she really take his stuff? Was he broke? Did he move back in with his parents? The streets wanted answers, and then came the leaks. Word started spreading that she hadn't just packed his things, she'd allegedly cleaned his accounts too. Sources claimed she had access to his cash apps, his jewelry, even his car. Fans started connecting dots, saying she'd been subtly flashing some of King's signature pieces on her stories. That's when the internet went into detective mode, screenshotting, zooming, comparing. That's his chain. That's his car. She posted from his house. It was digital carnage. Now imagine being T.I., a man who built his entire image on being street smart, disciplined. and always in control, and seeing your son get played like a side character in a Netflix drama. It wasn't just about losing money. It was about losing respect. Insiders said when T.I. got the call, he didn't even finish his dinner. He reportedly went straight into father mode, pacing, phone in hand, furious. This wasn't just a young love issue. This was a legacy problem. And when T.I. sees a threat to the family name, he turns into the CEO of tough love. The confrontation allegedly happened face to face. T.I. sat King down. No cameras, no filter, just raw energy. He wasn't yelling to embarrass him. He was yelling to wake him up. Imagine decades of hard-earned fame being jeopardized by an Instagram post. It hit him deep. T.I. reportedly said, "Son, you can lose a girl, but you don't lose your dignity. You don't let nobody strip you of what you built, especially not over clout." But King wasn't trying to hear that. In his mind, this wasn't about money or pride. It was about love, betrayal, and being misunderstood. He hit back with, "She didn't take nothing, I let her have it." That line right there, that's when the tone changed. Because in T.I.'s world, letting someone take from you isn't noble. It's weak. To him, that sounded like surrender. The silence that followed reportedly said everything. T.I. stood up, walked out. And the tension between father and son turned colder than a platinum chain in winter. The next morning, the internet exploded again. Someone leaked that T.I. had snapped on King. The blogs ran with it. And suddenly everyone was choosing sides. Some said T.I. was too harsh. Others said he was finally doing what needed to be done. Either way, the narrative had shifted from a breakup to a family crisis, and in the middle of all that chaos, King tried to reclaim his dignity the only way Gen Z knows how. He went live. He hopped on Instagram, pacing, looking half stressed, half proud, and said, "Y'all trippin'. I'm good. Ain't nobody take nothin' from me. I'm still me." But the internet wasn't buying it. The comments came flying. "Bro, she driving your car. You flexin', but your chain in her story. She took your clout too, my guy." It was ruthless. The kind of roasting session that makes even confident men question their Wi-Fi connection. Meanwhile, T.I. went radio silent. No interviews. No comments. Just a few cryptic posts about learning through pain and real men facing real consequences. Fans immediately connected the dots. T.I. wasn't just angry, he was disappointed. And disappointment hits way harder than rage. Even Tiny, who usually keeps things cool, was reportedly trying to keep the peace, telling both of them to stay off social media before things get uglier. But that advice didn't stick. Because by now, the story wasn't just about a breakup. It was about a family unraveling in real time. You could almost feel the internet waiting for the next explosion. Every blog, every podcast, every gossip channel was tuned in. The hashtags #FreeKing and #TireActing started trending. Fans wanted footage, receipts, reactions, anything to feed the chaos. And just when people thought it would blow over, new allegations started surfacing. Someone claimed King's baby mama was already talking to a new man. Someone else claimed she was shopping around interviews to tell her side. TMZ-style whispers began spreading that a major outlet was offering her a platform to set the record straight. King's silence started to look less like confidence and more like confusion. His live streams became shorter. His posts more cryptic. Gone were the jokes and the bravado. He looked drained physically and emotionally. That's when fans realized something deeper was happening. This wasn't just about losing stuff. It was about losing control, because for the first time in King Harris' life, he wasn't the one going viral on his own terms. He was being talked about. And in the world of celebrity, that's the one thing worse than losing your car, losing your narrative. And T.I.? He wasn't about to let that slide. The King of the South had just been reminded that even a prince can fall, and when the crown slips, the world watches. But little did anyone know, this was only the beginning, because what happened next would turn this from a family feud into a cultural event, complete with memes, celebrity reactions, and a social media frenzy that made the Harris household the hottest mess on the internet. And trust me, when the internet smells blood, mercy ain't part of the algorithm. When the internet smells blood, it doesn't just watch, it feasts. And King Harris' downfall was the all-you-can-eat buffet of the week. The memes hit first. You know it's serious when the timeline goes from silence to full-scale roast mode. Within hours, King was trending right next to phrases like "baby mama season" and "T.I. lost his mind." Meme pages were eating like they just got stimulus checks. One viral post showed a split image, T.I. with his arms crossed, King looking lost, and the caption, "When your daddy rapped about rubber bands, but you can't even hold on to your wallet." Another one said, "King Harris went from trap music to tragic music in one relationship. Savage." And as expected, celebrities couldn't resist throwing their 2 cents into the digital fire pit. Charleston White went live laughing for 15 minutes straight, saying, "See, I told y'all. That boy act tough but can't even handle a breakup." She cleaned him out like a tax return. Even Boosie dropped a comment with a crying emoji. And you know it's bad when Boosie's laughing at you, not with you. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the undisputed king of petty, reposted a meme saying, "King Harris learned the hard way why you don't mix love with allowances." His caption? "T.I. gonna have to put him on punishment and probation." The comments section was pure chaos. Fans started writing imaginary dialogues between T.I. and King. One said, "Son, next time you flex a bag, make sure it ain't hers." Another, T.I. watching his son get finessed like, "You ain't no king. You a pawn." Every gossip page, from the Shade Room to Hollywood Unlocked, jumped in. The headlines were ruthless. T.I. reportedly furious after King Harris loses everything to baby mama drama. King Harris' ex speaks out, "I took what I deserved." T.I. wants his son to man up after viral meltdown. It was open season on the Harris family, but here's the twist. The baby mama wasn't staying quiet either. Nope. She saw the wave coming and decided to surf it. She went live, smiling, relaxed, almost glowing, saying, "Y'all don't even know half of it. I didn't take nothing that wasn't mine." She claimed King wasn't handling his responsibilities, hinted that he changed up when the cameras came out, and dropped a few phrases that had fans screaming, "Oh, she's got receipts." Whether she did or not didn't matter. The internet believed she did. That's the scary part about viral fame. The truth doesn't trend. The drama does dot within minutes. TikTok was full of storytime creators explaining the breakup like they were eyewitnesses. So apparently, King Harris' baby mama packed his stuff, took his chain, and now she's saying he's broke. These creators had no connection to the story, but their confidence made it sound like CNN. Then came the deep dives. Reddit threads popped up connecting her to old lives, tagging her alleged new boyfriend, and analyzing every lyric King ever posted. People were treating this breakup like it was the OJ trial, and, through it all, silence from T.I., but insiders were talking. Sources claimed T.I. wasn't just angry, he was furious. He felt this wasn't just embarrassing, it was disrespectful to the entire Harris legacy. Word on the street was that T.I. called for a full family sit-down, no phones, no filters. He reportedly told King, "You're not gonna keep dragging our name in the mud for likes. You either fix this or fade out." But King, being King, didn't back down. He told his dad he wasn't gonna let social media control the story, which would have been noble if the internet hadn't already won, because every attempt King made to explain himself only made things worse. One of his lives went viral after he said, "She ain't take my freedom, I gave it to her." Bro, what? Fans tore him apart. Comments like, "He's trying to sound deep while being robbed emotionally and financially," filled the chat. Someone wrote, "Dr. Phil can't even fix this with a soundtrack." Every moment was dissected, every sentence became a meme, and every silence became a scandal. Then came the remixes. Yep, TikTok producers started turning his live clips into songs. One went viral with the hook. She took the chain, she took the whip, now T.I. on a trip. It hit over 1 million views in 24 hours. Even DJs were dropping it in clubs. King's pain had literally become nightlife, entertainment. But what really broke the internet was when T.I. finally made a subtle comment during a podcast interview. The host asked him, "How you feel about what's going on with King?" T.I. took a deep breath, smiled, and said, "You can't teach wisdom, you can only let him learn." That one line sent social media into meltdown. Fans said it sounded like a funeral for King's freedom. Some even joked, "That's the kind of disappointment that makes a man move to another country." Others said it was the most elegant read in hip-hop dad history. The interview clip spread faster than wildfire. Every gossip outlet posted it with captions like, "T.I. responds to son's drama and he didn't need to raise his voice." By this point, King's reputation was dangling by a thread. Even his music was being clowned. Comments under his songs read, "She took this beat too?" And "Bro can't rap about loyalty no more." Brutal. Meanwhile, the baby mama was living her best PR life. She was getting thousands of new followers, endorsement offers, and DMs from blogs wanting exclusives. Rumor says one major podcast even offered her a spot to tell her truth. And through all this, T.I. reportedly drew a line. He unfollowed King on Instagram. Fans caught it, screenshotted it, and boom, another trending headline. T.I. unfollows his own son after embarrassing scandal. That was the moment everyone realized this wasn't just social media mess anymore. This was a family fracture happening in real time. Even Tiny, usually the peacemaker, posted a cryptic message. "Sometimes you gotta let people hit rock bottom so they remember who built the foundation." Fans immediately tagged King. The comments were merciless. "Even Mama's tired," one said. "When Tiny stops defending you, it's game over." By now, King's ego had taken more hits than a punching bag. But he wasn't done fighting. He posted another story saying, "They think I'm weak because I don't expose nobody. Watch what I do next." And that's when things really took a dark turn. Insiders claim King tried to confront his baby mama privately, hoping to get closure, but it didn't go as planned. Sources said it ended with shouting, tears, and are filming parts of it for protection. That clip hasn't leaked yet, but word spread fast that it exists now. Every gossip account is waiting like vultures, ready to post it the moment it drops. Some say she's saving it for the right bag. Others claim she's using it as leverage. Meanwhile, T.I. reportedly told friends he's done cleaning up after grown men. His circle says he's focusing on protecting the family brand, not saving public image anymore. Translation: King's on his own, and through all this, the world keeps laughing, posting, sharing, and remixing. Because that's what happens in the age of clout. Pain becomes entertainment. Family turns into content. King Harris wanted to be famous his way, but fame came back to collect. The irony? His name is King, but right now, he's fighting just to keep his crown from being auctioned off by the court of public opinion. The streets say, T.I. warned him years ago, "Don't let the internet raise you, son." But it looks like the internet raised him, roasted him. And now it's ready to bury him with receipts. And while King battles the memes, the drama, and the humiliation, one question echoes louder than the noise. Can a father's lesson rebuild what fame destroyed? Because the next chapter, it's gonna be explosive. Because this wasn't just a family fight, it was a fall from grace. Broadcast live, liked, shared, and replayed millions of times. And trust, the internet ain't done yet. By the time the smoke started to clear, the Harris empire looked like the aftermath of a hip-hop hurricane. The internet had moved from shock to obsession, every comment, every clip, every silence analyzed like a conspiracy theory. But what no one realized was that T.I. wasn't done yet. The man didn't just snap once. He was strategizing behind the scenes like a general plotting revenge. Let's start with King, because this dude's week went from bad to biblical. His car? Gone. His jewelry? Questionable. His reputation? Hanging by a Wi-Fi signal. Every time he tried to post something motivational, the internet dragged him back to the memes. "Focus on your bag," he tweeted. Somebody replied, "She already focused on it for you." Brutal, but it wasn't just random fans, even industry insiders were whispering. One Atlanta producer allegedly said, "King too busy making headlines to make hits." Ouch. Even worse, a few brands quietly distanced themselves. The same companies that were offering King promo deals last month were suddenly restructuring campaigns. Translation: they ghosted him faster than his baby mama did. Meanwhile, T.I. was dealing with his own storm. For years, he'd built the image of the ultimate boss, father, businessman, Aga. Now his name was trending not because of music or activism, but because of his son's personal circus. And that's when the real T.I. kicked in. The man who once said, "Don't test the king," was about to remind everyone why he earned that title in the first place. According to people close to the family, T.I. called for what insiders dubbed the Harris Summit. It wasn't no fancy dinner. It was a reality check disguised as a family meeting. King showed up defensive, already filming himself in the car beforehand saying, "Ain't no one finna talk down on me, family or not." But what happened next? No one expected T.I. didn't yell. He didn't even curse. He just looked King dead in the eyes and said, "I warned you about trying to be grown before you learned how to handle consequences." That line hit harder than a diss verse. He went on, "You had every advantage, every tool, and you traded it for attention. Son, fame without foundation ain't nothing but a countdown to collapse." You could have heard a pin drop. Even Tiny was quiet, and she's usually the peacekeeper. She tried to soften it with a, "We all make mistakes," but T.I. wasn't letting up. This was the breaking point. Years of watching King test boundaries, argue with fans, flex clout, it all exploded in that one moment. Then came the ultimate curveball. T.I. reportedly told King he was cutting him off financially. "You want to be a man? You want to be a man? Then handle it like one." Sources say he canceled his cards, shut down his monthly allowance, and told him, "Until you earn back respect, you get no support from me or this family brand." Boom. Internet chaos turned into real-life consequences. At first, King tried to play it cool, posted a video saying, "I don't need nobody's money. I'm solid." But fans weren't fooled. Within days, people noticed he stopped posting from his usual spots, no more studio sessions, no designer fits, no big nights out. Rumor says even his entourage started disappearing, realizing the party was over. Meanwhile, the baby mama was thriving. She was doing interviews, brand deals, and even teasing a tell-all vlog. One of her captions read, "When God removes people, he replaces them with peace." The comments? Savage. Peace plus his chain and his car. Every post she made reignited the fire, dragging King deeper into public humiliation. And T.I.? He just watched silently. The man who once defended his son through every scandal had officially stepped back. Then came the podcast moment that broke the internet again. T.I. appeared on Big Facts and was asked straight up, "What's really going on with King?" He laughed, but not a funny laugh. More like a "you wouldn't understand" laugh. Then he dropped this bomb. "Sometimes life gotta humble you before you learn who's really in control. I done told my boy, you can't outrun reality. Fame don't make you grown. Responsibility do." That clip? Viral instantly. Over 10 million views in 24 hours. Fans said it sounded less like an interview and more like a sermon. Some praised him, finally a celebrity parent being real. Others criticized T.I. too hard on his son. But either way, it reignited the debate and kept the Harris name on every trending page in America. Meanwhile, King tried to fight back with music. He dropped a freestyle titled "Cleaned Out," where he rapped, "They took my name, they took my shine, but they can't take what's still mine." The flow was raw, emotional, angry, but instead of sympathy, the comments were filled with clown emojis and jokes. "Bro rapping from the backseat of his own car," one said. Even other rappers started shading him. One Atlanta artist went live saying, "Man, King gotta drop a mixtape called Losses and Lessons." Another said, "He wanted to be street so bad, now the streets got him on layaway." The internet is a cruel teacher, and King was getting the full course, but here's the part that nobody saw coming. Behind all the chaos, T.I. wasn't just watching. He was testing. Close friends revealed that T.I. wanted to see if King could rebuild himself from zero, not for fame, but for character. T.I. believes sometimes you gotta let a man crash before he learns to drive. One insider said and slowly, something started to shift. King went quiet. No lives, no rants, no memes. Just silence. Then one day, he posted a black screen with a caption, "When you lose everything, you realize what's real." It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't offensive. Just raw. Fans noticed. Comments turned from mockery to curiosity. "He finally learning," one said. "Maybe Pop's tough love worked," another wrote. Even T.I. subtly liked the post, his first public show of support since the meltdown. And that's when the narrative flipped. The same outlets that dragged King began calling it a redemption arc. Bloggers started saying, maybe this is his glow-up moment. Even 50 Cent, the king of trolling, reposted a meme saying, He might actually bounce back, I respect that. By then, King had started showing up at local community events, talking to youth about learning from mistakes. No entourage, no flex, just a humbled kid with a story. It wasn't flashy, but it was powerful, and T.I.? He finally broke his silence again, this time on his own terms. On an Instagram live, he said, "That's my son. We fall, we learn, we rise. I ain't raised no quitter, I raised a fighter." It wasn't a full reconciliation, but it was real. And in today's world, that's rare dots, so now the internet waits, half rooting for King, half waiting for his next mistake. But one thing's certain, this chapter changed the game. It turned viral chaos into a cautionary tale. A reminder that clout fades fast, but family? That's the battlefield you never truly escape. T.I. proved he's still the king of the South, not because of his bars, but because of his backbone. And King Harris? Well, he learned the hard way that you can lose money, love, and fame, but if you learn from the loss, you haven't really lost it all. The saga may be cooling down, but the lesson burns on. In the Harris household, freedom ain't free, you earn it. One mistake at a time. And there you have it, a royal meltdown that made the whole internet stop scrolling. From T.I.'s rage to King's heartbreak to the baby mama's boss move, this was a masterclass in how fast fame can flip the script. 1 minute you're living in a mansion, the next you're living in the comment section, trying to explain your downfall. But let's be real, this is why we love the chaos. Because in 2025, drama is the new currency. Forget crypto scandals are what keep the timeline alive. So here's your mission. Trend Tattle family, smash that like button like T.I. smashed that lecture. Drop a comment below, whose side are you on? Team T.I. told him so, or Team King just learning life? I want to see that comment section turn into a full-blown family court. And if you thought this saga was wild, oh, buckle up, because tomorrow's team makes this look like a bedtime story. Rumor has it, another celebrity's son just got caught up in a scandal that'll make King's situation look like Sunday school. You know we've got exclusive leaks, hidden receipts, and behind the scenes whispers that other channels won't touch. So hit that subscribe button like it owes you money, and turn those notifications all the way on. Because around here, the truth doesn't sleep. And neither does the drama. This has been your daily dose of chaos, controversy, and celebrity carnage, where no secret stays buried for long. Stay tuned, stay savage, and remember, in this world, clout comes faster than karma, but karma always catches up. This is Trend Tattle, where every story burns brighter than the last.